There is this thing called Barbicide that a lot of people don't really take serious at all. If you are a barber, stylist, nail tech, a tattoo artist, whatever you name it, if you don't use Barbicide, you need to start doing that ASAP. If you're not, you're just filthy. Again with another video for you. Today what I have for you is a quick tip on how to mix your Barbicide for quick cleanups. You know, pretty much Barbicide is a multi-purpose cleaner, you know, for your tools, implements, combs, brushes, whatever you name it, right? Okay, but what else do you use it for? I was cleaning up after the holidays. It's been pretty busy in here, really hectic, so I figured that while I was at it, I would show you how I cheaply and simply keep my workspace clean. Like, for example, we all have a Barbicide jar, right? Okay, cool. But when it comes to the Barbicide jar, how often are you switching that out? And on top of that, how often are you using Barbicide for other things? So today's a cleanup day, of course. I did come in yesterday, it was Thanksgiving, and I didn't really have to work. I had a few people, I took care of them, then I cleaned up the shop, and I'm back again. I took care of a few people, and before I leave, I gotta make sure that I clean up, because that's just what I do. Before I leave, I make sure I tidy up, get the place nice and neat. I make sure everything's prepped and ready to go. So check this out real quick. I'm gonna show you how you can use Barbicide in different ways, so that way you are not just having that bottle or your solution sitting around. You feel me? Yeah, so check this out real quick. Let me fold this up and let's get into this, you know? Like I say, today was a big cleanup day. I mean, I clean up regularly, but I had to literally, you know, make sure everything was tight. So, of course, this is what I use to mix my Barbicide. So I got my jar here, and this is a bottle that is, of course, let me see, make sure you're able to see the numbers and everything. So this goes up to 40 ounces, and 32, 24, 16, 8. All you really need, and I'm gonna go based off of how I measure my Barbicide, of course, right? So my Barbicide jar is what I'm talking about. So my Barbicide jar, for example, it's already been pre-mixed. I mixed it up earlier, and this is a 32 ounce jar. So with that being said, you take, set this back over here. You take a bottle such as this, it's a spray bottle, and you fill it up with water. I got my water prepped, ready to go. So I just set this right here, flip this over so we don't contaminate that straw. And this is a 16 ounce bottle, and what I'm gonna do is take 16 ounces and just go ahead and pour it in here. I'm gonna add another bottle just to make it 32. So if you get where I'm going with this, when it comes to measurements, you need to learn your measurements. So it's equivalent to, let's say, people don't drink a gallon of water every day. It's not that serious to drink a gallon of water. I recommend it. Personally, I do it, and I feel great after doing it. It's not consistent every day. You can take breaks. Too much of anything is not that great for you. So moderation, y'all. So what I'm saying here is a gallon of water is 128 ounces. So when it comes to these small bottles, 16 ounce bottles, right? 8 of those equal to a gallon. That's 128 ounces. And when it comes to half a gallon, you're looking at about, I believe, 64 ounces. Then you have a quarter, which is, of course, all you really need, 32 ounces to mix your Barbicide. Now, I'm kind of ranting, rumbling away from the main topic here. I'm just trying to kind of give you a little bit of math of how to really look at certain things. Like for those of you who say it's difficult to drink a gallon of water, literally it's 128 ounces, and that's literally 8 of these. Simple, right? Anyway, I'm gonna dispose of these real fast, and just to stay on point here, check this out. We have our water, right? So what I do need actually now is, I'm gonna set these over here. Like I said, I was cleaning up. I'm gonna put my guy Baki over here. You know, guy, cards, and yeah. So I got my Barbicide. Okay. Need some CC cups to make sure we're doing all the measurements on point. And I got my CC cup. I'll come in close so you can see that. This is the CC cup. So, I don't know, it's really difficult to see the measurements on there, but they are on there. So that's all I need. And here's 2 ounces. So as you can see, the measurements, the one is up here. So I'll need 2 of these to make 2 ounces. You got me? So we'll pour one in. Boom. One more. Boom. We're in the game. Set that over here and that. I'll put this back in here, and simple as that. This is probably the cheapest way to get you a multi-purpose cleaner. So you can clean up your surface, which I already did wipe down earlier. I cleaned it up. I used a multi-purpose wipe, you know, like a Lysol wipe. So, you know, I got them down there, but that's besides the point here. So you don't have to purchase all that extra stuff to keep your workspace clean. So what I would do is demonstrate. So this is what I do pretty much after each client. Spray down my chair, you know, immerse that with, you know, just pretty much cover it all up, you know, boom. I'll need probably about, I don't know, 3 sheets. You be the judge, you know. I don't gotta break down all that. Simple as that, you know. And a lot of this stuff, when it comes to keeping clean, costs. Some people look at it like, oh yeah, no, I could just go ahead and purchase some wipes, but it's like, yo, this makes Barbicide. That's what it's there for. You have different industries that use Barbicide, you know, industrial, medical field, of course, cosmetologists and barbers, nail techs as well. If you're not using that stuff, I mean, you're just being dirty, filthy, for no reason. Look how quick that was. Simple, easy, efficient. You're in the game. Boom. Next client, let's do it. But yeah, if you do want to learn more tips on how I keep my workspace clean, hey, look, stay tuned. I got you covered in all of that. And really quickly, I'm just going to show you a little bit of my station. I'm going to put my guy over here. Boom. Some hanging. Let's get a little bit of a zoom in here. Move my camera. You know, we don't do cutting around here. So, boom. Come in a little closer, actually. Yeah, so just to kind of give y'all a little bit of a little bit into my world. So I was doing a blade wash on my tools here earlier, which I would have demonstrated that. That's why you need to stay tuned for my next video, pretty much breaking down my routine on how I go about my cleanup. Okay, I'm gonna dump this out later in a second. Okay. These are pretty much ready to go. Put the Rebel down, my protege. Solid. Drawer. I'm pretty organized and picky about how I set up my situation here. You know, this is pretty much dirty now. Yeah, that's that, y'all. We'll take care of this in a moment, but like I said, you know, look, I'm very particular. I'm gonna put these away actually. Very particular, and I'm gonna need this for my next video, so I'm gonna put that right there. But yeah, that's that, y'all. Stay tuned. But yeah, that's pretty much all of what you need to know as far as mixing your Barbicide. And like I say, I'm gonna get started with my next video and go ahead and demonstrate how this has been sounding. Those of you that watched the last video that I posted on how loud this was, because I had put a one blade on my hitter and this thing's been hitting like money. I mean, this thing's on point, but the blade was really loud, and I feel like the solution to the problem pretty much got it. I mean, needed a little bit of oil, a little bit of breaking in, and my guy Chad definitely has been looking out, putting me on a whole lot, and he has definitely got some information that I have taken advantage of in order for this to run the way that it is. So stay tuned for my next video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do that ASAP. I post help content regularly. I'm talking blends, hair cutting, different textures, tapers, lineups, specifically the lineup, which is my specialty. Yeah, but anyway, look, listen, stay tuned.